Hello and welcome to Grey Wolf Adornments, and my name is Lisa and I welcome you to the channel. If you're new, we invite you to like and subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So in today's video we are going to talk a little bit about smudging, because we do have some smudge kits and some smudging supplies available in our website. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about saging or smudging, then stay tuned to the channel. Alrighty, thank you and for joining us here on, and so today we're talking about smudging. Now, smudging in the United States is primarily a Native American tradition. However, smudging itself has been known to have been done across many different cultures, and the use of incense as well is not limited to strictly a Native American tradition. Now, the burning of sage and the using of feathers and the abalone shell, I think, yes, was primarily Native American Indian tradition in their smudging ceremonies. Now, a lot of neo-pagans, such as myself, and witches, and Wiccans, and a lot of other nature-based religious traditions have adopted the smudging ceremonies in their own practice. Now, for me personally, it is not meant to be, it's not meant as a cultural appropriation. It is just a practice that I adopted because well, for one thing, it makes sense to me. It helps to clear my space of negative energy, and it helps me to focus on the task at hand. And when I burn sage, it's usually primarily in the mornings, when I am doing my tarot card readings, my meditation, and my altar time, when I'm doing a devotional, well, for my deities at my altar. That is usually when I burn the sage. I also burn the sage to clear the space before ritual, and so to me, it's you want to clear that negative energy out of the space before you start, and B, it helps you to focus. So in our store, we carry several items that help you with your smudging practice. The first being feathers. We do carry the feathers. These are not true eagle feathers. They are dyed to resemble eagle feathers. We also carry the little abalone shells. This is a smaller shell, and it does have holes in it, which is something that I don't like. That it has holes in it, but you know, this is the way it came to me. The other thing that we have here is the white sage sticks. I'm going to read to you the packaging for this white sage. And it says, this smudge stick is made of 100% natural aromatic botanicals. Our sage is wildcrafted in a sustainable way. And it also says the art of smudging has a long tradition with Native Americans, used to cleanse, protect, or heal. The herbs in the smudge have beneficial properties and help reconnecting with the power of our Mother Earth. And that right there says it all. That is why so many non-Native Americans have adopted this into their practice. Now, I do want to say a word about white sage. Now, there is a controversy surrounding white sage because it has been harvested in a very unsustainable way in California, and it has been very detrimental to the wild sage growing there. And so I trust Cheops International that this was not done in an unsustainable way. They have been around a long time, and they share some of the environmental concern that most nature-based religion people like myself, most pagans, most Wiccans, most witches, we are all concerned about the environment, and so I believe they share those sentiments in regards to environmental sustainability, and they would not sell it if it was harvested inappropriately. So just a note about that. The next thing that we have is a little kit. This is a complete kit, and in the kit it has a piece of Palo Santo, a small abalone shell, a feather, and a small smudge stick. And this is everything you need to get started smudging if you're brand new to the practice. A word about Palo Santo. There is some controversial information going around about whether or not Palo Santo is an endangered species now. From what I can tell, that is not the case, and like I said, this distributor they share our concerns for the environment, so I don't think they would include it if it was inappropriately harvested. So there's that. And so right now I am going to turn the camera around, and I am going to demonstrate how I use the smudging. I'm going to use my own tools that are not necessarily for sale in our store, but I did want to show you how to use the tools. Okay, so the things that you're going to need to smudge any area, of course, is you need a lighter to light the smudge stick. And so for me, I have two different kinds of smudges here. This is a piece of sage smudge stick, and this is a piece of Palo Santo. So the problems that I experience when in dealing with these smudge sticks is that they don't always stay lighted for long enough. So I'm going to show you two ways to use them. But the first is the most traditional way, and then you would just take this smudge stick and hold it above your abalone shell and just light the sage just like that. And as you can see, it does produce quite a bit of smoke. And then you would use the feather to direct the smoke in the direction that you wanted it to go in, just like this, with passing it over. And this is my personal smudge fan that I purchased at a little shop in Kerrville. And so you just take that and you just move the smoke. Now you would move around the room, and as you can see, this is already gone out. So that's the pretty frustrating part about smudge sticks, is especially if they're bundled too tightly, they don't always stay lit. And then you would follow the same process for the Palo Santo. And it does produce quite a bit of smoke. And then you would just fan that flame, that smoke, wherever you want with the feather. this has the most beautiful aromatic scent. This Palo Santo, I really love the smell of it. And so you would do these over your abalone shell to catch any ashes or any spare ember that might drop off of your smudge sticks. And I store my smudge sticks in my abalone shell, and as you can see, I have torn this apart. And the reason I've torn it apart is because my preferred method is this right here. I'm not sure if this was what it was originally intended for, but it has holes in it, this little box. And so what I do is, in order to smudge, and it won't stay open, so let me close that. I have bought some of these long burning charcoal tablets, and I hope to have these available in our store pretty soon. I don't right now. So let me just get one out. This is what they look like. They are self-igniting. So I would just put that in there and use the lighter to light that piece of charcoal. And as you can see, it starts little sparks. That go all the way across. The piece of charcoal. And and they basically ignite the charcoal. And you would wait until that piece of charcoal is all the way lit. And you know it's all the way lit when it stops crackling. And then you would tear off, and I've already done this, so I have several pieces already removed. This dried sage, and you would just put that on top of the piece of charcoal. And then basically you would wait for that. And as you can tell, it takes just a few minutes. And I actually prefer this method over just igniting the smudge stick, because this produces more smoke that lasts longer. Pardon my English is a little rough today. Anyway, it lasts longer than your traditional smudge stick, because like I said, the smudge stick can go out soon. And so I hope to put in the store pretty soon some loose sage, so you can use this method a little easier than trying to unbundle your bundles. So anyway, you could just close that and use the handle on the store and then direct the smoke. And as you can see, it produces a lot more smoke than the other method. And that's why I like this method a lot better. Now these do burn for quite a long time, so you can't leave that charcoal unsupervised. But that is my two methods that I use to smudge. Now, am I perfect about this? Am I the last resort, or am I an authority about how to smudge? Nope, I'm not. This is just what I do and what works in my practice. So I am hopeful that this has been helpful to you. I invite you to like and subscribe to the channel, and always thank you so very much for watching. We appreciate your time and attention.